What are some of the, what's it called, the lessons in terms of building such a brand, like a high-level brand targeting specific people? What are some of the lessons that you can derive out of your business that you can actually even share to the audience?
Patience.
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 How did you reach out to?
You don't need to reach out. Your name will travel. You see, if you're patient, for example, then you'll not make desperate decisions to sell quick. Because if it's expensive, it most likely will take a bit of time, isn't it?
Yes.
And then applying uniqueness and process. You know, you've heard about slow fashion.
True.
So applying yourself through the slow fashion processes, therefore people start appreciating the work that you put in.
So it's a work of years.
Yeah, it's a work of time and years. And then if one person is happy, then the next person will be happy. They will tell the next person, and that takes patience to build your network, and slowly by slowly. And
the thing about the, because we talk about patience in business, which sometimes you don't know how long the patience is going to last. How did you sustain yourself through the patience? Because you are like, I'm building this for this particular niche, and it's only this niche that I'm actually targeting, and probably it takes a while. How did you sustain yourself during this period? You
still have to have that whatever it is that drives the brand. So I had to diversify. Very early in the days, I went into interiors. You know, I went into corporate wear. And then, of course, now the made to measure. So you find like you have different sources of revenue within the same line of business, and that will keep you going in the process.
So at least the other, so primarily this brand, it's specific for this, but I have other particular elements of the business that's actually sustaining the business.
And if you watch my journey, it's about diversification across the board. Because from making the dress to bringing out the best in you, therefore your living space, you understand? Then where you go to work, therefore there's the corporate wear. Now into education, you know, into humanitarian, into, you know, business for purpose. All of that is about opening more opportunities to be able to open revenue lines.
I get that. So you've been in the business for the last almost 20 years, which is not an easy feat, because many people like you do 2-3 years, let me go back to employment or let me go do something else.
I said patience and consistency.
So what will you say that are the biggest lessons you can derive out of the 20 years you've been doing business?
I've grown up. I'm grown up. I'm probably 70 if you cut my blood.
Business makes you grow old.
Yeah, it makes you grow old in the mind. I mean, you know, you learn more, you grow wider, you meet all sorts of people, you make all sorts of mistakes, you become very resilient. But that is only if you choose to be. For me, I've always known that the more you do it at the same time, the better you become. So the choice to keep changing, it's not what I think is the best to be done. And today's generation, I wish people could be patient enough. Because you take a job, and by the time it gets a little bit hard, then you want to shift to the next one. Then when will you become perfect?
Interesting.
When will you become perfect if you're not refining and refining and refining? So I've always preferred to not look at the time and the deadlines, but just try and keep getting better. I said, the next 2 years, I've got to take it here. The next 2 years,
so
I have to take it. Growth. Yes, and then you keep evolving, you know, you keep evolving so that you don't get forgotten. I knew that by the time I'm getting to the 15 years, new designers are going to come. Understand?
Now everybody, this is a designer.
Everyone is a designer. Even my clients are designers. Everybody wants to be a designer. Everyone wants to be a designer. So it's your responsibility to evolve. It's your responsibility to, you know, build trust over time. Those things don't come if you're all over the place. You just have to be patient. And consistent and resilient.